Om Namah Shivaya. What an auspicious occasion to celebrate 50 years of this ashram. And the continuation of the teachings of Swami Vishnudevananda and his guru, Swami Shivananda. The mantra that I was chanting, if you're not familiar with it, is Om Namo Narayanaya. It's a very traditional moksha mantra, mantra for liberation, but it really was Swami Vishnudevananda's Ishta mantra. It was also his peace mantra, and at the end of his life he added the Dasoham Tava Keshava, which really exemplified the attitude that Swami Vishnu had, which was a devotion to truth, a devotion to God, a devotion to his guru, a devotion to integrity of the teachings of yoga. And this is the hardest, most difficult aspect of our work, to carry on that integrity. The level of integrity that Swami Vishnu had was unmatched. I have never met anyone with such honesty, integrity, courage, and humility, which integrity is a combination of courage, wisdom, and humility. Because no matter what we know, we still have ignorance. And the only way that we can overcome our ignorance is to have humility and to face it when it comes to us. I've never met anybody who hasn't had some challenges with reality, and we all have challenges with reality. And especially when you're creating an alternative reality, which Swami Vishnudevananda did when he came to the West. He came into the middle of so much hypocrisy and just assumptions about what is reality that are totally in contradiction with yoga. For example, to believe in the possibility of peace, of nonviolence. How do you attain peace? The common logic is we create peace by war, by force, by strength. We have the biggest army, so we can suppress any sort of anything that challenges the peace that we are trying to maintain. How do you tell if someone is successful? By how wealthy they are. This is totally in contradiction with yoga. Wealth is a distraction unless you're using it for some sort of work, of humanitarian work. I mean, there are great humanitarians with lots of money that are Bill Gates and Warren Buffett, and they tremendous amount of wealth, and they've dedicated almost all of their wealth to. So you can do great things with wealth if you have that attitude, but that's not really common wisdom. Actually, that in itself is standing up against. So, and so much of what is happiness? Happiness is, how much you can drink and having fun and enjoying yourself and being comfortable and not being challenged. All of these things are contrary to the reality of yoga. And Swami Vishnu came to the West to really offer an alternative to the common wisdom, and which has been a cause of tremendous amount of suffering, tremendous amount of war, abuse, objectification, on and on and on, addiction. If you follow that common wisdom, it will take you into addiction, into narcissism, into abuse of power, But Swami Vishnu didn't come to criticize people, but to bring out the divinity that's in everyone. Swami Vishnu didn't look at people and say, this is a good person and that's a bad person. He looked at everybody and saw the potential for good, because the essence of everyone is that divine self. Thou art divine, live up to it. This is a teaching of Swami Shivananda. So back to this mantra. So the mantra, Om Namo Narayanaya, really is a mantra which allows us to realize unity and diversity. And the key to peace is unity in diversity. Narayana is not only God, but is the self of all. So to recognize when this mantra is repeated, is to recognize that all of this life is guided by the pure consciousness, by the love, by the bliss, by righteousness of that divine consciousness, which is Narayana. But not only externally is it guided, but it's also guided internally. So if we can tune ourselves to that Narayana, which is our true self, our soul, and also to see that Narayana in everyone, then we can recognize unity and diversity and recognize the divinity of all life. This is how Swami Vishnu lived. This was the truth that he lived by, which is challenged every day. Because what do we see? What do we experience? We experience the things we like and we don't like. And Swami Vishnu, as an aspirant, as a yogi, had to deal with that as well as everybody has to deal with it. If we say that, oh, well, we're beyond that, then we get into the box of our own arrogance, and we say, well, I'm sattvic and everybody else is rajasic and tamasic, and we lose sight of it. It is so easy to get away from the truth. Once we get into the realm of superior and inferior, we're lost in Maya. So this was the mantra that Swami Vishnu gave us to remember that there is no peace without God. Not only is there no peace without God, but there is no peace within ourselves without finding that God within ourselves. And there's no peace without seeing that God in everyone and realizing that all life is sacred and to treat all life as sacred. This is how Swami Vishnu lived. And then he added, Dasoham Tava Keshava. Oh, Lord Krishna, I am thy servant, thy dasa. Please just allow me to be your servant. So to do actions of peace, to be an activist in this world, the only way that we really can be an activist without being arrogant, because our arrogance comes out when I'm going to fix everything. No, I want to be a servant of God. If I can be a servant of God, then I can do something. Then also I can realize that I can make mistakes. Being a servant, you learn, you do your best, and you learn. And if you can learn from your mistakes, then there is a possibility of liberation. Otherwise, if we're holding on to being right all the time, being great healers, great all knowers of everything, great teachers, and I know everything and you're all stupid. Swami used to joke about this all the time. You're all stupids, this is what again, no matter what you know, if you think that you know everything and everybody else is stupid, you are lost in delusion. And this is, again, the easiest, what happens so easily when people get in positions of power. That, what Swami Vishnu used to say over and over again is, power corrupts. And absolute power corrupts absolutely. So look at how the power is coming, and can we keep our humility in the midst of it? The essence of the teaching of Swami Vishnu was integrity. And the continuity of that teaching is to try to maintain that integrity. And if this organization has been able to thrive the way it has been because of this commitment to truth, to integrity, and to devotion to that which is beyond our ego. Because we have two choices. We have the good and the pleasant. We have the good, and we have our ego. And whatever that is going to take us, and it will take us away from the truth. And the work that has been done here in this ashram, and it's really been to try to balance that, and to try to have both devotion and wisdom, and to do actions and skillfully. Although all these are yoga, but that balance is always going to be in the realm of that integrity which Swami Vishnu lived, exemplified, not only by making incredibly wise choices and in being a visionary and being, the whole idea of yoga teachers training courses, of yoga vacations, even, that this ashram has become really an opening to thousands and thousands of people to come and enjoy this yoga vacation and actually plunge and actually experience what yoga is about at the same time. So this has been, from the time of Swami Vishnu, this ashram has been one of the main places that has been entryway for people to experience what yoga is, and also to experience a real vacation. What is a yoga vacation? It will be a vacation that you will never forget. It's not just relaxation. It's not just enjoying a recreation. It's not just finding some way to amuse yourself, but how can you really come back to your center and back to your health, back to reality. Om Namah Shivaya. Thank you.